Hi, it's Lipstick Gal. Thanks for watching today. And I wanted to show you what my March favorites were. I know I'm a little late. Oh, March was a hard month for me. So I have a 9 and 11-year-old. Both my girls had their birthdays in March. I had family come to visit, both my husband's family and my family. And then my folks decided to take them to Disneyland. And we live in the state of Washington and we drove it. Oh, okay. So March was an ordeal for me. So I wish I'd had this up sooner, but March kind of swallowed me whole. Before we get started, I wanted to say thank you so much for watching. If you aren't already subscribed, would you please? And let me know in the comments down below what your favorites were for March. Doesn't have to be a makeup item, doesn't have to be skincare, doesn't have to be anything beauty related. It could be your favorite beverage. And this one right now, I'm loving the flavored green teas from Dutch Bros. That's doing it for me. And it's kind of hard to see, but I got a Mickey Mouse watch and I love my Mickey Mouse watch. And then of course the things in my bucket here. All right, so I literally have like a little bucket and I'm gonna pull stuff out. I have a couple of, one was a kind of not favorite, and one was a definite, all right, so I'm just gonna grab stuff out of the top. The first thing I wanted to share with you is this powder from Flower. It's a very enormous container, but the powder inside is gorgeous. This is the Miracle Glow Satin Finishing Powder. I have it on today. It's one of those powders that is very finely milled. I don't really smell anything with it. It comes with a little powder puff. You could definitely use the powder puff. I have been using the powder puff, but I also use it with just a regular powder brush. I can even use this under the eyes. Now there are some days that I want to be extra high maintenance and I use a separate powder under the eyes, but this works well under there and I don't feel like it adds any crepiness or age. I'm 44. I have a lot of little fine lines kind of starting there. You can see my crow's feet come in nice and strong, which is fine. I'm fine with that. But what I don't want is a powder to betray me and make me look older than I am. I'm very happy with my 44 years, and every year by year I won't be happy where I'm at, but let's not make me a couple decades older by making it look dry and unhappy. And this doesn't. I like it. I very heavily hydrate under the eyes, so that probably helps too, but I feel like if you're well hydrated, this powder is going to look gorgeous. And it's not a flat matte, it's got a little bit of a satiny glow to it. It's not too shimmery, it's just enough. All right, I love this. Colourpop, I love you so much. So this is the It's My Pleasure palette. I have this on my eyes today. I have been living for this color here called Kitten Fish. I didn't really know, like the other day I threw it on as like a one color look just on the lid and very lightly blended up and it was so pretty and I was like, okay, because I've always loved the look of pastel eyes on other people, but I never really figured out how to do it myself. This is a $12 palette. It does have a mirror and there's a shade in here that makes my heart go pitter pat, like big time. And it's this one here, it's called Mr. Sandman. Look at that. This is, seriously, I feel like this is a miraculous color. Like this color right here is in and of itself, I can't even hardly speak, a miracle. It's truly shiny, gorgeous. I do have it kind of like middle on out on my lid, very lightly shaded out. You can certainly pack this on and get it to look like this. And I've been doing so much of that and I just stick my finger in here. I could definitely feel like a little dip in this pan that when I broke my no buy, and I'm sad to say I did, it was Colourpop, thank you very much. And I also picked up a shadow single of just Mr. Sandman because my fear is I'll plow through this and I'm like, and then what do I do? I have a single. My life is better. All right. Love both of those. I'm back to being fully committed and in love with the Charlotte Tilbury Bar of Gold highlighter palette. As you can see, mine is very dirty. Every now and again, I get very stupid and take a Q-tip and I like decide to like go in between here and clean it up. It takes a lot of work because I mean, like, look at that. There is a lot of product that gets in here because I just take a brush, like my favorite brush, and I just go across all of them like this and then just put it where I want it. And I love this. I love the brush, Wayne Goss airbrush, but this right here, I can't not use it. It's really, truly gorgeous. I didn't really love the original Bar of Gold, just the one that comes in the cardboard packaging. And I have that one too, but I can't stop reaching for this. Definitely a favorite. Now I'm not wearing this today. I wanted to try something else and I don't feel like I got my best brows today, but I got this in my BoxyCharm, very late March. This is Iconic London Sculpt and Boost Eyebrow Cushion in the shade Medium. I was very surprised. I was sure that because it was a little duo-toned cushion that's basically liquid in this little cushion form, they give you this little hinged brush where you've got slanted on one end, spoolie on the other, and a short on one side, longer on the other, that I was just going to be like epic fail. Actually, this worked really well. So I would use the shorter of the spoolie end to dip in there, brush it through my brows, and then I'd use the slanted tip to kind of give myself a little bit more of a defined tail. I wish I'd used it today, because every time I do, I feel like I get a really nice, strong brow. This, and I use the lighter of the two shades, is still really dark for me. And I'm sure it's still operator error. I'm trying hard to figure out how to use something that's liquid like this with the applicator. I might just end up going to like my trusty Anastasia brow, you know, so I've got brush on one side, spoolie on the other, and see how we do. But you know, honestly, I really did love this product, and I feel like every now and again, BoxyCharm sends me a truly miraculous brow product. So far, this one is a fave. All right, so this is a product that a friend got in their BoxyCharm, and they're like, you know, I'm not going to use that. Do you want to try it out? And I was like, sure. So they gave it to me, and this is the Pretty Vulgar Bronzed Mannikin. I think that's what it is. Yeah, it's an interesting way of spelling mannequin. I'm like, I think so. I don't know. All right, so this is what it looks like. It's really quite warm, and I'm wearing it, and it's one of those that if I put on too heavy or if I'm not paying too much attention, it just kind of like, oh, that's a lot of bronze. But it lasts all day. It blends beautifully. I was surprised at how well this blends, and it's basically the only bronzer I've been using. I have a couple other bronzers that I really love, but for the month of May I kind of left this in a box and I was just kind of rifling through, so I didn't have to dig through the rest of my collection. This one's really nice. Liked it a lot. Okay, I love this. This is the Ambient Lighting Powder in Diffused Light from Hourglass. So this was another rediscovery for me. This might be my fourth compact of this. I do have like a smaller pan and an Hourglass palette, but this shade Diffused Light, I've tried it. When I first tried it years ago, I was like sold like forever. And out of all the powders that I own, it's the only one that I've purchased and repurchased and recommend. And everybody might have their own different shade. This one has a very softly leaning yellow tone. Now, I'm not one of those that can handle banana powder because I'm so fair, it just looks like there's yellow on my face, like under my eyes or wherever else. But this is so softly yellow leaning, it kind of blends in with the undertone of my skin and it looks really gorgeous. I'm not wearing it today, but when I do, I feel like I have like the most glorious, like off the hook, perfected skin. Love this. Still do, and I can't imagine a day comes that I won't want to use it. All right, here's what's weird for the month of March because of all of those things going on and all of the birthday prepping and the traveling. I was either barefaced or no foundation. So the days that I did wear makeup, I didn't wear any foundation. I kind of split the difference between two concealers. And one of them I've been using and I'm really enjoying, and it's a drugstore one. This is from Revolution. This is their fast-based concealer. I have the shade C2. It's one of those that you have to twist up through the bottom. Product comes out through the sponge tip. I just swipe it on under the eyes, corners of my nose, right here on either side of my mouth, because I do have a little bit of darkness here and a little dot in the middle. And then I just use a brush, and I've been using this one from It Cosmetics. This is the Love is the Foundation brush to just kind of blend it all in. And I kind of use that in place of foundation, but this one here is not too intense coverage wise. It just looks like a more awake, more vivacious version of myself. It's like me, but not the zombie me, the awake and perky and happy me. Now, when I want a little more coverage, I'm back in love with the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I have the shade Snow, and I use it in the same places, under the eyes, corners of the nose, right here, and then a small dot here that I kind of blend out, because if I get this looking a little bit too perfected, and I don't have anything up here, so it's a very sheer wash that I kind of blend in everywhere. And I just have been saying adieu to foundation for the whole month of March. I just truly have not used it, only been using that. All right. This, when I wasn't using the Colourpop palette, I was using this. This is from Nude Stix. This is their Magnetic Luminous Eye Color in Copper Foil. This is the easiest, most beautiful one shadow look. Same friend who sent me the bronzer sent me this as well, and I was like, oh, okay. And I love really neutral and metallic eyes, and this right here, yes. And so this, very lightly, just on the lid, some mascara and a red lipstick. Life. Love it. And it makes me look more pulled together because it's not a completely bare eye with mascara. It has just a little something, and it's one that I can draw on and smudge with my finger, and like 5 seconds later, because I'll like here, and then I'll just, and then throw in some mascara, and it's like, wow, that was easy. And it looks really polished. Love that. All right, so if we're talking lips, these are the lip products that I used all of this month. Well, the one that I'm wearing right now is from Colourpop. This is their So Juicy Plumping Gloss in the shade Dress Code. By itself, it's very glossy, very shiny, and if you really want to layer it up, it does have more of that kind of berry look to it. It's really pretty. Now, when it says plumping, don't get worried that this is going to be one of those that makes your lips like sting and feel like they're on fire. It's a very soft, tingly, it's even less intense in the Buxom full-on lip polish or the lip creams or whatever ones that they have that have the mint in them. These ones here do have that minty flavor and that minty feel, but it's more of a light cooling and not quite like, whoo, whoo, that's intense. It's not like that at all. And it's not the painful where you're like, get this off my lips. It's just really nice. And because it is super shiny, of course, the more you put on, the shinier it is. But I like to put a little bit on and then just kind of tap it to the edges. I usually don't wear it this thick because the minute I do, that's when I start getting like strings in the corners of my mouth that when I'm talking, they kind of stretch. And it's not a good look for me. All right. I recently talked about this in my red lipstick faves. If you're interested, I will link it for you. This right here is a YSL Rouge Volupte Shine Oil and Stick. I believe this is number 45 Carmine Statement. It's just beautiful. It goes on gloriously. It's just perfection. I wore this on vacation and I didn't need a mirror to put it on, and like my lips were perfect. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Still love it. Now this one might make you laugh. On the days that I wasn't wearing makeup, I was just wearing skincare, sunscreen, and sunglasses. My Bonnie Bell Dr. Pepper LipSmacker. Yeah, like old school. I used to go through, I don't know how many of these, like my grade school days. And I picked one up a while ago and I forgot how good it was. And it gives your lips just a little hint of red. Like not even, I mean, it's kind of like not even at all, but it keeps them hydrated. And I don't know whether it's the nostalgia or whether it's just that it's truly just an easy, no mirror, like, so you can swipe and swipe and swipe and swipe and swipe and swipe and you just feel good. I don't know. And the smell, I'm sure most of it's for the smell because it does smell like a Dr. Pepper, and I do love this one. This is the only Bonnie Bell LipSmacker that I still have. It's not like old, it's, anyway, we won't get into that. All right, and my last favorite is from Urban Decay. Now this is the Gwen Stefani packaging. So Gwen Stefani did a collab, was it 2016? I kind of think it was, with Urban Decay. And this shade here, I'm all out of it. Like it's down to the point where if I try and make a swatch for you, like right here, it just kind of scratches. I'd have to get like a lip brush out, and I'm not inclined to do that, but if I can get a little bit out on my finger for you, it's a very gorgeous creamy color. This one here, is called Ex-Girlfriend. And it's a pinky nude, and I use this, again, on the days that I wasn't wearing my Bonnie Bell LipSmacker, I was wearing this with sunglasses and sunscreen. It's just the most beautiful, comfortable, creamy, pinky nude. And I went from being like, I'm gonna finish it this year, because this was part of my Project Pan for the year. And then I got to the point where like, I really love this lipstick. And I had 3/4 of a bullet when I started in January. And I said, I wanna finish it up because it's been in my collection for a while. I don't want it to go bad. I was surprised at how quickly I was able to just plow through it. And now I kind of want another one. I'm like, don't get another one. Write it down on your list of lipsticks that you love, that when you are out of shades that are similar to this, then you can go and get another one. But it made me happy and it made me sad. Okay, let's talk about some fails. I have two. Well, one and something we'll talk about. Okay, so my definite didn't work for me was this. This is from Morphe. This is their 15N. This is one that came in my Boxy Luxe. And I was like, oh, okay. The only Morphe palettes I have is the big Jaclyn Hill palette. I had one of the Jaclyn Vault palettes. I had the purple one that was called Bling Boss. And then I have a Morphe Kathleen Lights collab from several years ago. And I only have collab palettes, so that's all that I know about Morphe. And then I was like, okay, let's see what the rest of their palettes are like. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I thought the packaging was nice. It's a $16 palette, so we've got plastic packaging. The names are written right below all of the shades. It has a nice mirror, and the mirror is large enough that when you look at it, you can see your whole face. And that's a big deal. And it's not a bad mirror, so it's not wibbly and you don't look distorted in it. It's actually a really nice mirror. But the problem I had with this was more these darker shades here. I used it once for my Get Ready With Me and my BoxyCharm unboxing, and then I used it again. And it's those darker shades that I felt like grabbed in places and didn't blend as well. The rest of it works okay, but the hard thing for me is to have a palette like this and only use midtones and not have anything to darken up the outer crease or to do a little lining with. I didn't love it. Now this last one here, I have a hard time with because I'm literally wearing it today and I love the way it makes my lashes look. Okay, I don't know if you can see, get a little closer here. I have the shortest, straightest, most downward pointing lashes, so I had to give them a really big, ginormous curl, and then I want a mascara that's gonna hold them up and make like them look longer. I just keep doing this. I want more, I want this. I wanna look like I have more lash than I have. So volume is good, but for me it's length because I feel like my lashes are like the teeniest, tiniest little, like if you, they wouldn't be there if you didn't put mascara on them. Be like, wait, do you have lashes? That's what it feels like to me. So I love this initially. And then after several weeks of using it, I've used it for about a month and a half now. I feel like the formula started out dry and then it continued to dry out by using it. And now I'm starting to get like little flakes down here. And that to me is something I really dislike. And I don't feel like it's been long enough for this to have dried out so much. Okay, let me tell you what it is. It's hard because I like the way it looks, but like by 4 o'clock this afternoon, I'll be doing a lot of this. And I don't like that. It's the Colourpop BFF mascara. And this one isn't black on black. It's just their black mascara. Now, I feel like it gives me gorgeous lashes. Like when I look at this, let me open up my little Trader Morphe palette here. I love the look of my lashes with this. I really, really do. And my hope was that if I could find, what is this, $8? An $8 mascara that really performed, I could feel good about not spending $25 on my favorite, which is the Lancome Monsieur Big. The flaking. Now, a lot of people will be like, it's not hard. Just take a little, you know, and brush it off or just do this. The problem I have is my left eye is constantly, and I don't know what it is, I might have a plugged tear duct or something, I'm constantly watering out the side here. And if I have a little piece of mascara that's here and then I get a tear on it and I do this, then I get a little black smudge. And that is not a cute look, not at all. So I really want to love this. And part of me was like, okay, Don't use it with a primer because I usually use a Lancome Seals Booster Primer with it. So don't use it with the primer. Don't mix it with other things. See if it's the combo that's causing you problems. Just use it on its own. I'm still getting flaking and it makes me upset and so sad because I want a really good budget mascara and I love the way it looks. I just don't see that this is something that I will continue to repurchase. And I know that what doesn't work for me may work fabulously for you. I just didn't like that aspect of this. So there you go. Those are my favorites and my two kind of... let me know what your favorites were for this month. I know there's been so many really fantastic things. I'm looking forward to Game of Thrones. Some of my favorite shows have started up again, like American Gods and a couple of other things, and I cannot wait. I'm glad that we're getting into warmer months and I don't have to bundle up with scarves and coats, and because where I lived it was cold. So my favorite is like, it's spring! Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.